is up, everybody? My name is Alex Carlson. Welcome to the AI Marketing Navigator. This is your daily compass in the ever-evolving world of AI marketing. Today, we're discussing a topic that is critical and definitely a topic that is being discussed more and more lately. That's the ethical considerations, and not only artificial intelligence in general, but specifically and also in AI-powered marketing. As we've been talking about, and as you likely know if you're listening to this podcast, the digital marketing and the marketing world is transforming before our very eyes, and it's really all thanks to artificial intelligence. AI is promising us all a future of personalized experiences, hyper-targeted engagement, unparalleled optimization, and honestly, the agencies, and myself included, and hopefully you too, are seeing dollar signs. And it's giving us some new capabilities and some new options as small business agencies and marketing agencies that we've never had before. But it's important to think beyond profit and beyond those dollar signs, and really bear in mind the web of complex ethical concerns that AI marketing in particular kind of presents to us. So let's dive into that minefield and uncover, if we can, how we as marketers and consumers as well, because we can't forget that we're marketing to consumers, and we have to remember that we're consumers also, and see how we can navigate it responsibly if we can. The first thing I want to touch on is just general transparency in AI marketing. Data has become digital gold in the current landscape of digital advertising. We've already talked about how the tech giants are moving to consolidate their data and monopolize those individual first-party ad networks like Facebook or Meta, Google, and Apple even. Along with this have come the privacy crackdowns that we've talked about too, as users are becoming more and more aware of how their data is being tracked and used by companies and other parties. You add AI into that mix, and the transparency goes from something that most of us thought was nice and we would prefer to have to an absolute imperative and a must-have. Right now, AI tools and LLMs, large language models, are still somewhat of a black box, even to those who are creating them. Until there's much more thorough understanding of the capabilities and the consequences of that high data processing capability of AI, I think transparency into what data is being shared and with what entities is only growing in importance. And it's the only control really that the user has at this point in an entirely new world of data marketing and data selling and data sharing. And that's only becoming more apparent with all the laws and stuff we're seeing across not only the US and states like California, but the European Union and the EU with the GDPR marketing regulations and stuff like that. And AI is only going to throw fuel on the flames. The next topic that I want to touch on is a topic as old as human nature itself, and that's our very own inherent biases, and bias itself. AI doesn't create biases necessarily, but it can certainly inherit them from us, from our historical data, the data that it's fed, and historical societal inequalities that data unfortunately represents. And this can lead to AI-powered platforms excluding or targeting specific demographics unfairly. A prime example, no pun intended, is when Amazon's hiring algorithm became and was apparently extremely biased against women due to the historical hiring practices at the company. Men overwhelmingly had been filling tech roles at that company historically, and so the AI was reviewing resumes of successful candidates in that role, and it determined that none of them were women, so it stopped seeking to hire women for that role. And that was a relatively smart model, as you can assume, being Amazon's IP and Amazon's technology. Anyway, so organizations like the Partnership on AI, among others, are very concerned and super hard at work to combat this, rightfully so. And they've been offering resources to identify and mitigate that bias. Definitely check out organizations like the Partnership on AI. It's a stark reminder for us as marketers and businesses that we have to make sure our data is diverse, and our data is, and remember that our data is susceptible to inequality and bias, especially when we're getting into large data sets. And we have to work as marketers to ensure fairness and equity in the AI outcomes. We touched on privacy concerns already, and in the age of AI, that's only getting more and more apparent, and the concerns are skyrocketing. Um, with all the algorithms out there, we can all get the sense of being watched at all times. I mean, it's reached a point where we're talking with our friends or our family in the room, and an hour later, we're getting an ad for whatever we were talking about. I think we can all attest to the level of privacy invasion that our technology is engaging in. And it's our duty as marketers to make sure that when we're using AI tools for that hyper personalization, where it feels like your computer was listening in on the conversation that you were having, that we have to strike a balance between that personalization and that privacy, and it's crucial. Another organization you can check out, the Future of Privacy Forum. They're at the forefront of advocating for that responsible data collection again. And this, if you're a marketer, again, you probably are aware of certain consent that we have to gather when we're building our email lists and asking for people to contact them. If not, definitely familiarize yourself with things like GDPR if you're doing business outside of the United States, or the California, now I'm going to butcher the name, but CCPA or CCPAA, something like that, the California Data Protection Act. Please forgive my lack of knowledge on the exact acronym. And so it's obvious that AI is powerful, but it's not a panacea. It's not going to solve all of our problems as marketers. And an over-reliance on the algorithms puts us at great risk of losing that human touch and that genuine connection that audiences actually appreciate, and that have really led marketers to great success in recent years and in the content marketing, the digital marketing space. Another awesome research to check out, Dr. Kathy O'Neill and her book, Weapons of Math Destruction. She talks about how oversimplifying our human behavior into algorithms, it can be dangerous and misrepresenting and misleading. It's important to remember that AI is a tool and not a replacement for our own human creativity and empathy. It should be used to enhance our efforts and to work alongside of us. But as we'll talk about in many future episodes, especially when it comes to content creation with AI, it's always important to have that human buffer, that human layer of intervention and moderation, especially in the early days of AI here. So as we continue to move further into this world of AI-powered marketing, it's clear that collaboration is going to be key. We will have to work together as a marketing community. Everybody and all stakeholders in the AI interchange will have to be involved. Customers, the businesses, the policymakers, the ethicists. It's all going to be there. It will all communicating together is going to be crucial in developing these responsible AI practices. You can check out the WEF, the World Economic Forum's initiatives that they have on AI implementation and how to do that ethically, for another great resource. Let's see here. I think that's about it for the day. We touched on a lot of good stuff. So a little bit of a summary. AI in marketing, like anything, is a powerful tool, but like any other tool, it rests on the intentions and actions of those who wield it. And as we've explored today, navigating that ethical landscape of AI requires a careful balance of transparency, fairness, respect for privacy, all of those things. But that's not where the conversation ends. It's definitely just beginning. As you know, these are the early days of AI, and every day brings new announcements and new releases from companies like Google and OpenAI. And so the conversation is definitely going to have to continue. Questions like, can AI be ethical at all, need to be answered, and do the risks outweigh the benefits? How should businesses approach these challenges? All those things are worthy of most likely years of discussion still, and unfortunately we may not have that time. The AI revolution is upon us, so hopefully we can keep up with the privacy and ethical concerns that AI presents to us. So please, I invite you to share your perspectives, join the debate, leave a comment on this episode, on our social posts, and let us know what you think. I think that's it for now. If you enjoy the show or you find it useful in any way, do me a favor and subscribe or give me a follow on your podcast platform of choice. A review on top of that would be even more appreciated. Until then, until next time, until tomorrow, Thanks for joining me, and remember to stay curious, stay consistent, and keep navigating forward. Bye.